Welcome to the next lesson in Mesopotamia. Today we are going to talk about Mesopotamian religion. Alright, so a couple of words that you need to know before we start getting into religion and how it affected Mesopotamia or how it worked in Mesopotamia. You need to know the word polytheism. So Mesopotamians were polytheistic. Polytheism, if you take it and separate the word, the root of the word is poly, which means many. And then there's theism, which means gods. So polytheism is to believe in many gods. So typically today what you'll see if you are Catholic is that you are monotheistic. Mono meaning one, theistic, again talking about gods. We believe in one God if we're Catholic. This was different for the Mesopotamians. The Mesopotamians believed in many gods, and each god had a different role and played a different part in Mesopotamian life. The second word you need to know is priests. Priests are religious leaders. Right, so the next thing that you're going to learn about is what we call a ziggurat. Now, it's another video, so I just want you to take your time, listen, and take notes on the ziggurat and all the different ins and outs. Right? You can use the back of your note page if you feel like you need more room. Right? And after you're done, we're going to talk a little bit more about religion, and we are going to talk more about the ziggurats.
Constructed to look like a mountain because Mesopotamians believed their gods lived in high places. A ziggurat did not have interior rooms. However, many had a triple stairway at the front. Each of the three stairways led up to one of three arched doorways. The ziggurat was considered to be the home of the gods. The arched doorways reminded the priests that they were entering a holy place. Sometimes the platforms and even the sides of ziggurats were covered with trees and bushes. Archaeologists think some platforms were built over the remains of earlier structures. The ziggurat was not a place of public worship. Only priests were allowed to enter it. On the top platform was the shrine, or holy place. Visit the image gallery to see photos of the ziggurat today.
And again, if you need more time to listen to that, go ahead and pause. And you can go over those again and make sure to get the notes that you need. We're going to take a quick look at the image gallery. So here's a ziggurat that was built in the city of Ur. And the arched doorways and the shrine actually no longer exist. So this top part, because it's thousands and thousands of years old, has since decayed and been destroyed. Right, so here's a side view of the ziggurat. Again, you'll notice the three stairways. So here's one of the stairways and a second stairway. And then remember, there's no interior rooms in here. Just to give you an idea of what these looked like. Right, so again, the ziggurats were not a place of worship. They were believed to be where the gods would live, so only priests would go there. Okay. So what I would like you to do in your notes is when you get an opportunity, I want you to draw your own example of a ziggurat and what they looked like, and again, take your own notes of what makes up a ziggurat. Why were they high up? Why did they have the arched doorways? Okay. All of those things. Alright, so a myth. A myth is a religious story once believed to be true. So the reason we're going to talk about myths is because myths start because we don't have a way to explain something. So we tend to make up our own ideas, whether logical or illogical. We make them up to help us explain things. So when the weather would change or when people would get sick, okay, this helped the Mesopotamians explain these things because they said, okay, well, there's a god who makes the weather change. There's a god who makes the sun rise, who makes the moon come up. There is a god who makes the crops grow, who makes people sick, who makes people healthy. There's all different kinds of gods. Right? So individual gods were believed to have individual powers. And Mesopotamians used the gods to explain things they didn't understand, like weather, sickness, and science. So we want to make sure that we remember those things. It's very important to believe that that's really where their religions started, because they couldn't explain things, so they had specific gods to explain those different things that they couldn't understand. Your task in class tomorrow, you're going to read the 2 questions, and then you're going to read the section, and then you're going to answer the questions on colored paper in complete sentences. So again, we're going to go over all the things that we talked about with religion, and you're going to get questions to answer, read the section, and then I want you to answer and make sure to restate the question in your answer. And then you're going to glue that answer onto the question. So the trick here is, once the question's gone, nobody's going to know what was asked. So your answer has to be very specific so people know what question that answer is answering. Okay. There will be a couple other sections, and you are going to continue with this until you're done. As always, if you have any questions, be sure to post them in Edmodo so we can go over them in class tomorrow.